Good morning, grade twos. It's me again, Mrs. Fuller. I'm going to be doing a lesson with you this morning, and I'm looking very forward because we are starting to get to the end of the week, and that means next week you are back in school, and I am so excited, as are all the other teachers, to meet you and have you in the classroom learning with us. Okay, so we are going to do a lesson about number lines this morning. I'm going to just share my screen here with you, and then we can get started. Right. Okay, so introduction to number lines. Perhaps you've seen this in grade 1, okay, and then we are going to continue working on them in grade 2, using them to help us do plus and minus sums. Right, but let's first talk about number lines a little bit. Right, so the first thing is 0 is a number and it is always placed on a number line, okay? We always use it to start our number line. Remember that 0 is a number, okay? It is a placeholder, which means that even though it means nothing, you still need something to show nothing, all right? So you write a 0. Number lines can help us to add and subtract. We will look at that a little bit later. Okay. We can also use number lines to order and compare numbers to see which one is greater than or less than, all right? So if you have a look at the number 8, we can see that 9 and 10 are greater, bigger than 8, but all of these numbers from 7 down to 0 are less than because we are moving down, okay? Right. Number lines are lines on which numbers are marked at intervals. So on a number line, we obviously have a straight line. Then you mark equally spaced distances, all right? And those are used to mark the numbers in order, okay? The numbers on a number line increase to the right and decrease to the left. So when you move left, you can see the numbers get smaller, but when you start moving to the right, you can see the numbers get bigger. Number lines usually have arrows on either side to show that the numbers are infinite and go on forever. Right, so we know that even past 10, the numbers keep going, okay? And they can go on until 1 trillion, all right? And then we have an arrow here, which you might be thinking is a bit of a weird thing, but there are numbers that do come before 0, but don't worry about that now. You can worry about that when you move on to the higher grades. Okay, let's have a look at how number lines are used in everyday life. Well, if you've ever seen a ruler before, okay, you will see that it's very similar to a number line in that everything is spaced equally and it has numbers that go in an order, okay? We also, back in the day, we used to have these kinds of thermometers that would have numbers going up on a line, all right? We would have to stick that thing in our mouth and it would take our temperature, all right? It's very good that now in COVID, we've got much better thermometers, all right? We can use them on a graph, all right, to show different kinds of information. And then also, if you look in your street, you will see that the number of the houses are numbered in an order, okay? They're not just given any old number. Okay, so let's see, how can we use number lines to help us doing our sums? Well, here we've got a number line from 0 to 20, and our sum is 6 plus 5. Now, I always like to say that this first number, 6, is the number that you are going to start on, okay? And 5 is the number that tells you how many times to hop. So we start on 6 and we're going to hop 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and therefore we get our answer of 11. Good. 4 plus 8. 4 will tell me where to start, and 8 will tell me how many times to hop. So we're going to start on 4 and hop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We landed on 12, therefore the answer is 12. Okay, let's see if we can do some minus sums, okay? It's the same thing. The only difference is now you are moving down, you're moving to the left, because remember, in a minus sum, the answer needs to be smaller. We are taking away numbers. So we start at 12 and we move 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we landed on 6, and the answer is 6. Right, 17 minus 5. Okay, I'm going to start at number 17 and I'm going to decrease it by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. And our answer was 12. Okay, so what have we learned? Well, when we add, we move to the right so that the number increases. Remember, increases, it gets bigger. When we subtract, we move to the left so that the number decreases. It gets smaller. Okay, I have a little activity for you. I've put a number line up on the screen, and there I have some sums. On the left is all your plus sums, and on the right is all your minus sums. So what you might want to do is you might want to pause the screen so that you can do the activity. Okay, and then mom and dad can mark the work with you. All right. Otherwise, you could try drawing your own number line on a piece of paper. You could just take your ruler and make 20 marks and put the numbers. Otherwise, you're going to just hit pause and do your little activity and see how you go. All right, grade twos, I hope that that was helpful. I hope that you are able to get all of these answers right, and I will see you again soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.